Arms. All right. Good
Hello.
evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Doreen Hankins with Detroit Arms and Cloud Bedrock. We're joined here with John Kolis. He is the pistol practice master. And Jim Hankins, my husband. He's lurking in the background. Welcome, everyone. We wanted to spend a little time this evening introducing everyone to John and his program that he has for instructors. It's another one of those programs that you can do to encourage your students to come back and learn how to practice. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the floor over to John, and I will be here in the background while John makes his presentation. And if anyone has any questions, drop them in that chat box below, and we will answer them. We will answer them for you. So welcome, John. How are you?
Thank you very much, Doreen. Thank you, Jim. I'm good. I'm very good. Excited to be here. And I've really enjoyed my time with this group, and I've learned a lot from all of you and the people in the community, both here and online. Shall I share my screen, Jim?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go right ahead. There we go.
There we go. So like all of you, I really enjoy my time at the range. I love recreational shooting. I find it so relaxing. It's rewarding. And let's face it, it's a practical real world skill as well. So over the years that I've been shooting, I just observed people struggling at the range. They seem to come, load their magazines to capacity, shoot whatever target their club provided, usually something boring and uninteresting, and shoot until the ammo was gone, go home. And after a while, these people stopped coming back. They really didn't improve. They're still part of the low left society. And they plateaued. And meanwhile, I had become an instructor and I was coaching people and I was using the same tools repeatedly. So I decided to write a book, not teaching people how to shoot, but how to practice. And I wanted it to be an all-in-one guidebook with challenges, course of fire, targets, and score sheets that fostered skill building and helped you measure your progress. And most of all, it was important to me that it was fun. So people wanted to come back to the range. They wanted to improve and have a goal for themselves. I launched that in the fall of 2022, and sales have been good. It's been sold in over 40 states right now. I sell it online and locally here in the greater Boston area. And I'm very pleased of the support I've received from the community and the customers, people I don't even know from Ohio, Colorado, Texas, Carolina, Washington State, posting reviews online. What pleasantly surprised me was how well received it was by instructors. Some said they wanted to use it as homework assignments for their clients. They would work with someone, and this way they could give them something to do between the next session. So the book evolved into a class, and the engagement by instructors has led to an affiliate program. So this is the evolution from my observation to the book, to the class, to the affiliate program I'm going to share with you this evening. The class is 90 minutes long, half and half classroom and live fire. The goal is to get people together, talk about what do they want to get out of their time at the range, how the book is structured, and then actually practice some of the exercises. The book is, it would take hours and hours and hours to go through every exercise in the book under every condition enumerated. So 45 minutes in the range is just a taste of it. Okay. The affiliate program that I'm offering allows instructors like yourself to buy the books from me in bulk at a deeply discounted price. We have an agreement that you'll teach the course materials. I'll provide the materials you need for the course, the slide deck, the handouts, coaching and phone support to help you be successful delivering it. And the commitment from you is that when you teach this class, every student gets a copy of the book, right? So if you're teaching the class, several times a year and you got 10 people per class, I'd be expecting that you'd be ordering books from me on a recurring basis. Whatever profits you realize from the class, those are yours to keep. There's no licensing fee for this early rollout. Here in Boston, I'm teaching the class March 8th in Weston, and then April 22nd down on Cape Cod. And the prices are $125 and $150 for the 90-minute session. Not sure what you might get in your local market. Feel free to raise your hand, enter a question in the chat. Definitely want to have a conversation this evening, so no need to hold your questions till the end. Here's what some instructors have said about the book, okay? Police officers, USCCA instructors, and Dave Howlett is the head trainer at Next Level Training. You may know them as the creators of the CERT pistol, those red lasers, shot indicating resetting trigger. He's a big fan of dry fire, no surprise since they make a dry fire pistol. And he feels that this is something that you can, do at home with your CERT pistol, and that it just helps people build that neuroplasticity that he's always so fond of saying, muscle memory, to repeatedly engage in a variety of exercises that build your fundamentals. I've included a few of the excerpts from the class. The goal tonight was not to take you through the entire class that you would be teaching, but to give you a sense of how did I structure it. So here's the agenda for the 90-minute class. Want to get students talking about, why did they go? With the philosophy of, I have to see a target to hit that target. I like to know, why is this student taking the class? What's their experience of shooting? Why do they go to the range? For self-defense, just to relax, preparing for a competition, have that conversation, get them talking to each other. Then we'll introduce the book and how it's structured and how they'll use it on their own. Then live fire to actually practice it, so they get an experience of it. Return to the classroom for 5 minutes to review the experience. Do a short debrief of lessons learned. And this really tees it up for you to book follow-on coaching sessions, right? Someone says, well, I really learned from the transitions exercise that I do this. And you could say, happy to help you with that, right? It identifies so many different shortcomings. Even if it's an intermediate shooter who's like, well, yeah, I'm pretty good, but all I've ever done is shoot dominant side 2 hands, but he hasn't done any weak side work or any holster work. Again, growth opportunities for you. Just want to check in with everyone. You can hear me okay? I'm not going too fast? We're good?
We hear you loud and clear. Yep.
All right. So this is how the book is structured. It's 20 chapters. It includes score sheets that are progressively difficult. Here's an excerpt of chapter 1, top half of the score sheet. You can imagine, 10 shots at 3 yards. That's NRA basic pistol, right? A newbie, point blank with 2 hands. Well, by the time you complete this whole chart, you're down to 40 feet, weak side only. Okay. The book includes targets. End users have permission to photocopy the targets and the score sheets. The book is copyrighted, but the targets and score sheets should be used and consumed. So you can photocopy them and use them over and over. Some of the targets referenced in the book are commercial, like Birchwood Casey or Dirty Bird, because there's nothing better for some of these drills. For the vast majority, I've created targets that exercise different skills: sight picture, transitions, flash, float, and focus, etc. as I stated, my goal was to write a book that taught people how to practice, not necessarily how to shoot. Couldn't help myself being an instructor, including some conversation in the appendices for the newbies, like aiming and grip, what's in your range bag, the value of dry fire, etc. Okay. The book is Fundamentals, Skills, and Challenges. Okay. Again, fundamentals you can imagine: sight picture, control, grip, trigger press, and then skills, working with your weak side, reloads, and then some really fun challenges: shooting a pipe out of not a person's mouth, but the target's mouth, the save the hostage drill, or the cover photo to split a playing card. And gosh, love the smile on someone's face when, after they've been, working with you for a couple months, you say, are you ready for the playing card challenge? And they can do it. And that's just a great moment, and they get a fun souvenir.
Hey, John, we got one question in from Skip. He's wondering, typically, what's the ratio of RSO to participants, and what's a good class size?
I'm doing 8 people in 2 weeks, and I'm going to have one other RSO with me. Okay. I'm comfortable with a class of 8 by myself, with probably 4 shooting at a time. People don't need to engage simultaneously, and depending upon your range facility. So certainly for the classroom, you can present by yourself for 12. This is expected to be for people that already have basic pistol. They own their own firearm. So I think you could gear it for what you're comfortable with. But maybe once you get past 6 people, it'd be nice to have an RSO.
John, how many of the chapters in the book do you consider a class? Is it the whole book that you consider a class, or is it broken out into different segments of the book?
The idea is the purpose of the class is to introduce the book, and these 4 chapters that I have on the screen now are the sample that we do in the live fire portion of the class.
Perfect.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we're not walking people through 20 chapters. It's an interesting concept. I guess I could develop this into pistol practice 1, 2, and 3, where we cover all of them.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
That's interesting. But if I'm thinking like one of the instructors on the call, I would say, teach the class to, say 10 people. And if a couple of them get so excited that they want to hire you for one-on-one instruction, you can use the book as a lesson plan with them, and that's just your own private coaching.
Right.
Okay. So I chose these 4 to be in the class as a sampler for different reasons. They're very different. So Smoking Man is the challenge, where you only get 3 shots to shoot a pipe at 21 feet. Okay. The Cold Open is a diagnostic exercise. It will really give you a sense of where do these participants stand in terms of fundamental skill level. So it gives the instructor feedback, and it's often a sobering moment for many people. Okay. Then Bullseyes, they get to increase the round count and start measuring their progress. So the value of chapter 2 is it introduces the idea of, well, score yourself by date and by handgun, track it over time. One of my goals for probably later 23, 24 is to develop an app to go with the book in which we could log this data. And then transitions and pairs is just so much fun to do multiple target engagement. And if you're one of the lucky people that gets to shoot IDPA targets outside all day long, well, good for you. Those of us in urban areas that do a lot of lane shooting, oftentimes they don't allow cross lane shooting. So this exercise helps us play around with that by doing transitions within the lane. Okay, so this is intended as a sampler. It teaches people how to use the book, the score sheets, gives you feedback on where they are, and identifies some of their weaknesses, which are coaching follow-on opportunities for you. Then back to the classroom to do a debrief. Okay. So that's my pitch. I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and I want to share it with all of you. So any questions you have, please fire away.
Let me see the book. Yeah, the CERT pistols. I can never
Yes.
tell where my cameras are. They are a amazing tool. And I know that many of the USCCA instructors, if you go into your instructor portal, you will see that there's an area that you can sign up in order to get discounted CERT pistols. And check your portal for that, as well as if you are utilizing the program that the USCCA has for its instructors, where the referral program, where you can get $200 towards products in the USCCA store. They also have CERT pistols in there as well. We have several of them here at Detroit Arms, fantastic training tools. And if you didn't want to spend a bunch of money on range time, this is an amazing book. You can utilize the drills in there with CERT pistols or live fire. It's just a great overall way to engage some training with your students. So great. John has several CERT pistols. Yeah, what a great tool they are. Does anybody have any questions for John?
Did you want to try to demo the book, as it were?
You can.
Well, do you guys have questions about what the book is like? Or do you have questions about the affiliate program, or are you questioning if it's valuable to you? I'm eager for feedback from anyone on the call.
Brian, let's hear from you. I haven't heard from you since hello. Anything?
So Skip, I sent you an excerpt of the book after you requested it last week. Did you have a chance to go through that?
John, I missed earlier and want information on the affiliate program.
Okay. So on screen now is the summary of the affiliate program. Okay. The concept is, I am the instructor for my class, how to practice in the greater Boston area. And I'm opening this class material up to instructors in other states. So if you agree to be an affiliate, you buy the books from me in bulk. They're on my website right now as instructor packs of 10, 20, or 30 copies. I would then send you the slide deck for the classroom and go through it with you. I'd really coach you on how to deliver this class, what the desired outcome is, how to prepare for it. And my only gain is the sale of the books. Okay, whatever you charge your students for the class, that's for you to keep. I'm only asking that everyone respect the copyright. Every time you teach the class, people get a copy of the book. That's the idea. You don't teach this without each person getting the book. It's geared to teach them how to use the book, and they're going to need your help with some of these challenges because they're really interesting and they stretch the comfort zone of several people.
John, are you able to get Brian a excerpt of the book as well? Just so
Sure. I just need his email address, which I'm sure Jim can get me.
Great. Great.
I can be reached as john@pistolpractice.com.
Mike, you're kind of quiet. Mike D, do you have any questions for John at all? I feel like I'm putting people on the spot.
Me too. Yeah.
The cost of the book.
The book retails for $29.99. When instructors buy it in their instructor pack, it's about 22. Okay. I mean, there's a little bit better discount for people that buy the 30 versus the 10, but it comes to about $22 per book.
And it's a hefty book. It's a good inch thick book. It's not it's not flimsy on any stretch of the imagination. You can see it's well worth what's in there. How many pages? 141 pages of great information. So all right, let's see. I have cert pistols. Issue is investing in laser ammo for the smokeless range or using laser until I can get a consistent range access. Absolutely understood. A lot of instructors struggle with that as an issue. Just because ranges are kind of stingy, and trying to set your own range up is incredibly expensive. You could even fashion a wire across the back of the classroom with some binder clips and utilize blowback airsoft guns. We've done that in the past with some of the training that we do. Now, granted, it's not the same as shooting an actual gun, but if you're looking to keep the cost of the class down, there's no reason why you couldn't utilize an airsoft gun that is a little bit sturdier than what you might find at a Walmart. Maybe go to an airsoft shop or buy one online. They run about $100. You can get decent ones for $60 to $100 that actually have slides that move. We've used those several times here, especially for the first chapter or so of the book, if you're trying to just show them how to use the book.
If instructors, I guess what I'm hearing maybe is that there's overhead associated with range time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you buy the books in bulk, okay, but you're not part of the affiliate program, you can still resell that book to your clients at a profit. Okay. Right. I'd keep one for yourself and think about it as different lesson plans and ways to walk people through skills. Okay. Again, I've taken people from newbie to splitting the card, and that went from shooting just a paper plate in chapter 1 to helping people with sight alignment, shooting vertical and horizontal bars, then finding your natural point of aim, teaching them how to have not unaimed fire, but unsighted fire. We just bring it up, break the shot, bring it up, break the shot. I was in the range today with someone using the CERT pistol, and that person took easily 20, 30 reps with the CERT pistol before they found where their natural point of aim was. So then when they did it with their Glock, they were there. Would have been an awful lot of Glock missed shots before.
Right. And yeah, Skip, each student is using their own personal book on the live fire range. And I know myself, I wouldn't want to pull the pages. It's done in a bound way. Yep. So that the pages are easy to pull out and use. But again, John suggested maybe making some copies of those pages.
So
and
I will, if I may. So when I say I provide you with the course materials, okay, in addition to the slide deck that you need to teach, I've created a PDF that you print this off for your students. Okay.
Right. So they don't have to ruin their slides.
No, not on the first day. No. And one of the ways I think I've gotten such good reviews is I told people, if you post a review, I email you a PDF of the targets, and people like that. So I've been getting reviews, and they can just print it off.
Right. Daniel, you're a distributor for Smokeless Range. That's good to know. Good to know. And
distributor for what?
Smokeless Range.
Oh.
So I went through, I have an instructor that I'm working on that has a smokeless range. Wow, what a lot of fun that is. That's a great way to train students. So if Daniel, if you want to put your information down for people how to get a hold of you, that's a great way to train with this book as well. Perfect. Thank you. Any other questions? Brian? Gary Carr, I didn't even see you slip in there. Gary, have you had an opportunity to see everything that we've shown you, that John has shown this evening? Gary's going to make this program famous in the Chicago market for you, John. He's a
Okay.
big shooter in Chicago.
Oh,
Yeah, you did get here a little bit late. So maybe we can back up a little bit to the affiliate program and you can explain to Gary what the offer is for the book.
I will. And Gary, if you can hold on 1 second, I just pulled this up to answer some questions about what's in the book. Here's the table of contents, and 20 chapters, and then the 5 appendices. I'm very proud of the chapter names because I worked hard to make them interesting. But we start off with paper plates, and then we move to bullseye shooting, vertical and horizontal bars to teach people how important sight alignment is. Quick fire, teaching people how to shoot quickly, how to have that confidence in discharging, riding that trigger. Transitions and pairs, that's transitions and control pairs. Save the hostage, a super fun game. Finding your natural point of aim. Body and head, which builds on the transition skill. 5 bullseye quick fire, just amping it up here. Now we're doing magazine reloads in the drills. Smoking man, another precision challenge. Misfires and reloads, where I teach them how to mix snap caps, aka dummy rounds, in with your live ammo to force you into failure correction. An ammo dump, another fun target. The cold open, a diagnostic exercise. Stressed out, well, now we're amping it up. This is where you do physical exercise before you shoot. Playing card trick shot, I think you all know what that is. Weak side in one hand, self-explanatory. Progressive, I love this target. I created this thing where you got 4 circles and each one has a different round count for it. And then variations, ways you could take any of the previous, most of the previous 19 exercises and do it in a different manner, such as move and shoot, shoot sitting down, shoot in low light conditions, etc. Okay, so hopefully that gives a better sense of what's in the book. Okay, Gary, the affiliate program, how far back do I need to go?
You're exactly where you need to be. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Let me just share this one slide, Gary.
Sure.
So I was inspired to write a book, and I wanted it to be not to teach people how to shoot, but how to practice. That was the need I saw in the community, and I did a little bit of market research, and I didn't really see books that told you how to practice. Then I developed a class around the book, which has led to the affiliate program. The affiliate program allows certified and eligible, NRA and USCCA instructors to buy the books from me in bulk at a deeply discounted rate, so that you have the materials to teach the class. I provide you the slide deck. I provide you the classroom materials, as in the targets and score sheets, and remote coaching, because I'm out here in Boston, on how to deliver the class. You then teach the class in your community at whatever price you can get for it, with just the commitment that you respect the copyright and give each student a copy of the book. There's no licensing fee.
So, John, Skip wants to know, do you have an estimated time for a student to be able to complete the book and all the exercises, or do you try to space it out over a period of time?
I've had students that are still working on it. That's a lot of rounds. There's several thousand rounds in there, because if we look at one of the score sheets, okay, this one is fairly straightforward, right? But a lot of people will never be able to shoot, weak side one hand at 50 feet, right? So I guess I don't look at it as just completing the book. It's an interesting idea. I mean, could you do that? Yes, you could. I imagine it would take several months of going to the range consistently. But many of us Second Amendment fans have more than one gun. And shooting some of these with a 1911 is a very different experience than doing the exercise, with a Ruger Mark IV, right?
Right. And then Gary's looking for where he can find the materials for becoming an affiliate. Daniel wants to be an affiliate, and Gary's interested in where he finds that.
Okay. John at pistolpractice.com. That's me. I can coach people either privately. What it might be worthwhile, though, since we're already a community, is I'll set up a webinar where I coach you guys through the classroom material. Okay, you'll just go to pistolpractice.com and decide which volume of books you need. I currently have 10, 20, and 30 packs ready to go. Okay, but I can send an email to everyone interested in next steps, and I appreciate your support. I think you'll really enjoy this, and it will be valuable to both you and your community.
Excellent. Do we have any other questions for John at all? Say, are you starting the students in an intro classroom format, some range time like the NRA, and then doing more one-on-one after that, was the question.
I heard only the end of it. Say again.
Are you starting the students in an intro classroom format and then doing some range time like the NRA would, and then doing a more one-on-one after that?
Except for the third part, I think that's up to you. So the class itself is to introduce the book and get them excited about going to the range regularly to practice. We're giving them a curriculum. So I'm planning 90 minutes for the class, 45 minutes in a classroom, 45 minutes live fire. I think it totally tees you up for individual instruction after that, but I wasn't planning to do that one-on-one that night.
Okay. So the idea is, if you want to teach a class that covers chapters 4, 5, 6, you can do that. You can decide where your students are on a shooting level. And if this is something that you wanted to create an entire series of classes on, where you can be level 1, and that could be chapters 1 and 2. You can be level 2, and that's chapters 3 and 4. And it could be an ongoing series of training as well.
That's an interesting prospect.
Perfect. Well, great. Everyone knows how to get a hold of John, and it is John at pistolpractice.com. Of course, everybody knows how to get a hold of us at Cloud Bedrock. So if you have any questions, reach out. We can forward you to John. I encourage you to consider this as a means of training. It's something different. It's not getting a CPL. It's not anything that they've ever done before. So create a one-time class, create an ongoing class. You could use a combination of cert pistol and actual live range. Up to you what access you have to ranges in order to get that done. John is available for you to consult as far as ideas or ordering books, whatever. And all right, Gary ordered a book. That's my
Gary
guy.
just ordered a book.
Yay.
Thank you,
and
Gary.
then John Shriver put his email out there for you to send him information, or he'll just go to your website. So are you able to see the chat, John?
I put on glasses.
Yeah. If you can
Yes,
make sure that
I can.
John gets an email from you. It's jwaderiver jim@aol.com. Perfect. Well, thank you everyone for joining us this evening. This was recorded. Jim, are you going to post this video on the Pew Pros site for everyone?
I will. Absolutely.
Perfect. Perfect.
So I've got JWA's, John, I've got your email. Gary, I've got your order. Was there somebody else that was, Daniel?
Yeah, Daniel was interested in becoming an affiliate.
And I'm interested in that smokeless range.
Yeah. So it's Daniel@etafirearms.com. Yeah, he's got a smokeless range at his facility. What a bunch of fun that looks like. So
Can I ask where everyone's calling in from? Because I've got this dream that I do a road show, and if there's like a tri-state area of a few ranges, I'd go teach the class with some people.
there you go.
I didn't know where
You've got
people are coming from.
Illinois, you've got Oregon, you've got let's see, Detroit, Michigan, Yukon, Oklahoma, Southern California. That's quite a road trip.
That's
Pick me up on your way. When you stop in Detroit, grab me, and then we'll go hit Gary in Chicago. We'll do Oklahoma, Southern Cali.
And you
That's
have to
lovely.
add a lot more time to your trip because she's going to have multiple stops. She's going to stop at the, giant ball of yarn and every
I
single
stop
thing.
at every tourist attraction, and if there's an Aunt Annie's pretzel, we are required to pull over. And then, because I am in fact diabetic, you get me on my carb rush up and then my carb rush down, and I sing horribly. So it'll be the most interesting trip ever.
If I can share for a moment, my son moved to Austin, Texas, 2 years ago, year and a half ago. And so we caravan down in 2 cars, and he stayed with 1 car. I drove back alone, and I told myself no highways, just all secondary roads. And that is the way to see our gorgeous country.
It is.
And no chain hotels, no chain restaurants, every little roadside diner, roadhouse, that's where I hung out. And I had a friend who worked at Nighthawk Customs.
Nice.
And I got the tour in Berryville, Arkansas.
Nice.
They did not give me a gun, though. It was just a tour.
Come on. What's $4,000 amongst friends?
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
They differed.
Wow.
But
you got to go to Range 66 in Yukon, Oklahoma. Is that off of the Route 66? So many potty stops. Yeah, I am the potty princess. So
yeah, it's a bridge too far. Okay.
That's fantastic. I warned you early on in our relationship. I have zero filter. If I think it, I say it. I apologize.
All right.
Well, that sounds like a heck of a road trip.
Well,
Jim,
I will follow
fire
up
up the motorhome,
everyone. And I'll double check with Jim that I've got all the email addresses. Okay.
Perfect.
Right.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Opportunity. Look forward to working with everybody.
Excellent. And we will put this up on Pew Pros for those of you who want to review it. And if you need us, you know where to find us. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Take care.
Thank you, John, for everything.
Oh, thank you.